Hello and welcome to today's video. We are taking a look at my finished pages for the month of June. I'm starting with a WIP in the new Eerie book, Wonderful Land of Laura Mia or something like that. I will not show all the WIPs I still do have because I showed them last month. So if you haven't seen those and are interested in all the WIPs I still have, then you can take a look at that. I did go on oil pastel rampage last month, so that's why I have so many. But I actually did get from 39 WIPs to 33 WIPs. So I did accomplish a few pages this and last month. So this was not a previous WIP. I decided to switch between doing one old WIP and then a new page, just so that I don't do too many similar pages, because most of the oil pastel WIPs are in Johanna Basford coloring books, or a few in Kirby Rosanes, but not really a lot of oil pastels in other books. So yeah, to not have too many similar stuff done. So in this, that is the first page in here. I choose the grooming page, because I thought this is such a funny little page with the before and after photos of the animals. And yeah, I actually started it yesterday evening after I finished my last page for the month. So that's why I just started with base layering some of the areas with watercolors. I'm not quite sure which color I will choose for the background. I'm unsure which will be the best color, but probably a color that is not too strong, more like a little bit a muted version, not like a neon pink or so. And I do want to do the pattern parts at least partially with some metallic colors, either metallic watercolors or a metallic marker or so, just to get a little bit of shine and so on the page. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it looks when it's finished. And yeah, I'm happy to finally start doing more Eerie pages, because I haven't done a lot. I think that's only my second one, and desperately in need to do more Eerie pages. So then I have a few self-drawn stuff. First off, this Absolute Disaster page, or a piece of a desert area. I'm still trying with ways and techniques how to draw sand dunes better. So yeah, that looks really terrible, but yeah, we'll put it into my folder and then probably never look at it again. Never look at it again. But yeah, it just was, I needed some easy pages to do, because I tested out my handmade watercolor palettes that I made out of air dry clay, and I want to do a video about that. So I filmed it and I did a few small pieces, like this super easy wood piece here, just to have some beginner-friendly things to do. And also I did those two little landscapes. That things like these two are things I honestly do like to do every once in a while, because it's just fun and super easy to do. So those, and then we actually finished the House of the Dragon fan art with Rhaenyra yesterday on the live stream. So yeah, that is actually my second ever dragon, and I think I really did well with that. It was tons of work because I draw every of the scales by hand and basically done the coloring and the shading completely one after another. So yeah, that was so much work, but I think in the end it was totally worth it, because it looks amazing that way. Much more realistic than when I wouldn't have painted any of the scales. And yeah, we did use some metallic gold for the embroidery on the clothing and the jewelry. And yeah, I'm super happy how that one turned out. So that's that. Then to the finished pages. This was a WIP, not one of the oil pastels one, but one of the my test pages, if I can use watercolors with those brushes, like distress inks and distress oxides. I do see a lot of colorists using distress inks and distress oxides in their background, and it always looks so beautiful. But the thing is, I have so many art materials, and I didn't want to start collecting another one, especially because they are very expensive in Germany. So I thought basically their ink is a liquid, watercolors are liquid, so why not try to do the same thing with watercolors. And to be honest, it works really well. The only thing is that you have to look that you not pre-wet the brush, just use it on the mixed color, and the mixed colors more do the mixture more concentrated, not too much diluted, because if you use too much water, the color will be super light, and if you have too much water, also the paper gets too wet if you are doing this, and it starts peeling, the surface of the paper starts peeling, and that of course we don't want to have. So using a more concentrated mixture with less water is definitely the right thing to do. But yeah, it works really well. My only problem was yesterday that I just wanted to put the book like this a little bit down, and the complete inner part slided down, but the cover didn't. So the inlay was like starting here, and of course going up to here. I never had this with any book ever. So I don't know if I just got a bad one, or if the brand is now really saving some stuff with their binding. The thing is that it's only glued in, not stitched in. That's always the not the better version. It's better when it's glued and stitched and not just glued. But the problem was then that I had to completely rip it off to at least get it better glued in again, but you can see now that it is completely it doesn't fit like it should be anymore. It should be more like that. But I already ripped it out 2 times, and I just said if I do it maybe once more, then maybe I will ruin it completely. It's already the problem that it is completely ripped in the inner part. So yeah, that's not nice. I do have, this is the Travel Through Italy from Maddalena Tanteriano. It's a whole series of books. I do have Travel Through Germany, Spain, and through the whole world, but I've seen there are so many more in the series. I really want to get them all over time, which are already out, and there are a lot of more coming out through the year. And they have a nice balance between pages that are really like this one, very, very detailed with a lot of stuff to color, and some easier pages. You basically have like more detailed pages, 1 or 2, and then an easy page, like that. I mean, pages like this, for example, you will be sitting a while, and then you have pages like that. So what I did was this page, to each page you have a little German text, because it's a German coloring book. This is about the coast, that the coast of Italy is 7,600 kilometers long and is after Norway, Greenland, Greece, and the United Kingdom, the one with the 5th length coastline in whole Europe. And yeah, that is the blue in the background is basically the one I've done with the brush. One of the test pages, you can see it. I should have put washi tape here so that I could do the edges here better. But it's a learning curve. I've never done that before, so will be better in the future. And yeah, I basically after that just gone over it with the Obos watercolor pencils, not activated them, just used them as regular colored pencils, and I just used one additional white pencil because the white is already empty. This is Prismacolor white, just for the purple and pink shells or snail shells. Except of that, I have used the, where did I write it down? Guangna brush metallic pens for the little bubbles, and as well as the Langu gel pens plus shiny style. So we have some metallic and glittery bubbles in between. So yeah, this is that page, the first one in this book and the first one I've colored in this series. Then I have another page, which was an old whip. That is one of the oil pastel pages. It is the German version of Magical Jungle, which the German versions do have the better paper in comparison with the English versions. And this was basically the impressums page. You can't see anything of the impressum. I have done this here with the oil pastels. I try to use up these harder oil pastels I do have from Mangyo. they are called just oil pastels. They also have soft oil pastels, which are very good, but the oil pastels are more like a wax crayon, and therefore you really have problems with layering. You will have to do a varnish in between each layer, otherwise you will scrub off the layer beneath completely. Also, you need a base like a gesso, otherwise it won't stick to the smooth surface, and it is really, really hard to smudge and to blend. That's why it looks not as nice as if you would use soft oil pastels. But I thought for pages like this, which normally would be an impressums page, it's okay. So I try to use a lot of the oil pastels on impressums pages like that. I did use some washi tape here to prevent the oil pastels to cover up the butterflies, but I didn't thought about that it would be visible that strongly, because you have to do 2 or 3 layers and it's getting really high, so you really have an edge and that is visible. So in the future, when working with those oil pastels, I will either cut out the masking tape with a scalpel, or cover it with a masking fluid, so that I just cover the areas like here, just the butterflies and not the area around it, so that it will be easier to get a smoother look on it. So yeah, what did I use other than the oil pastels? I used, of course, some colored pencils. I think it was also the Obos colored pencils here, and of course for the leaves. Tried to use natural colors for the leaves, like greens and browns when they are getting dry, or red in autumn, just a mix of it. Even if it's a jungle and they don't really have that kind of seasons in the jungle, that's definitely different there, but I thought it would be color-wise a nice combination to not just do it in green, especially because we have a lot of green here in the inner part already. I also used the Super Golden markers for some areas here on the leaves, some of the details, to add some metallic shine. And I used the hybrid dual metallic gel pens on the butterflies. So you can't really see it well because the camera doesn't pick it up, but they are really glittery. And I already have a lot of the glitter stuck on my fingers. So yeah, definitely shouldn't go over that. So yeah, that is the Magical Jungle page, and I must say that I will probably in the future do a lot of those impressums pages similar to that, just because it looks in the end so much better than having this impressums text in the middle. And if you do the next page, then it looks more like just a normal page from somewhere out of the book. And I think that's quite cool to have it like that. So yeah, that was the Magical Jungle. Then I have this absolute stunning coloring book from Lydia Fenwick, Ocean to Stars, which is an astrology art coloring book. I honestly, I don't believe in star signs and that stuff, but I do like personified star signs and stuff like that, or personified planets and so on. So that was, from the theme of the book alone, something very interesting to me. And then the style of her art is just so beautiful. I mean, look at those images. They're gorgeous. So yeah, I did Aries. this is from the water part. There are all the mermaids. This I started for mermaid. I just couldn't finish it with this underwater. I don't know what's that called in English. In German, it would be called Schlot. I have to Google that. Smokestack? Funnel? Something like that. They say chimney, but it's not meant. It's the same word in German for chimney thing and the underwater thing, but I don't know if it's the same in English. So if you know, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, I watched some underwater photographs of those smokestacks or funnels or however you call them. And because they're so deep underwater, there was a lot of blue light and shadow thing going on the stones. So that's why I did add those blue areas there. And yeah, I'm honestly totally in love how the tail turned out. I wanted to have it like gold, and I think the color really looks like gold, and I love the light reflection, and I love the fiery tail, yeah, fins. Very in love. I think it turned out really well. I did film the whole drawing process. It's completely done with Prismacolor. I only used the white gel pen from Sakura for some highlights. The rest is completely Prismacolor. So I will upload the coloring process as soon as possible, and then you can follow the color along if you want to recreate that one. And yeah, I think it's very interesting because like I said, I'm not someone who believes in stuff like that, but I never knew that star signs have an assigned shell, like the one for Aries is the Nautilus shell. We have the sign and the from 2 dates, and this is, like I said, the water part. Yeah, it's the water part. We do have an earth part and a star part. We don't have a fire or an air part, which is a little bit sad. Would be cool. Maybe. I hope she does more coloring books in the future because her art is stunning. But in the earth part, we do have assigned which element, which colors, and we have the flower and the gemstone. And I only knew of planets and gemstone and the of course the element, but I never knew there are things like colors and shells and flowers. And in the star part, we do have the planetary symbol, the planet. We do have the how the people are, if you believe in that stuff, and the star sign itself. So yeah, really, really funny, a little thing to add. Yeah, like I said, that was my first page in this book. Definitely a book I want to do all the pages because honestly there isn't a page that isn't beautiful in there. And my last page is in this postcard book, which is from Noriko and Yuki Nishimura, which is also part of their Kuzu Town General Store series. They do have 2 books. And this is the postcard sets. Normally I don't buy postcard sets because the most postcard sets have either a little part of an image or the whole image just sized down from coloring books that are already out. But when I saw this on Amazon Japan, and there were a few images from the set there, I thought I don't recognize those ones. So these are completely other images in here than are in the books. So that's why I thought, okay, that's a postcard set I'm interested in, because you won't find these images in the oh gosh, in the coloring books. Oh, I totally forgot. I based those this one here completely with watercolors before I gone over it with the Prismacolors. So yeah, here as well, based with watercolors. You have one postcard with the already colored from the artists, which is was the coloring scheme here was a little bit depressing for my taste, so I wanted to have something that is a little bit friendlier and happier. So I choose this rose sky, rose yellow sky, and the blue turquoise sea clouds. And I thought, because the background is already very colorful, we keep two realistic looking metals here, like iron, copper, and maybe gold or brass, something like that. And yeah, I used the Caran d'Ache Luminance for this one here completely, except I didn't color over the watercolor here from the sky. That I just left like it how it was, but the clouds and the little zeppelin is colored with the Caran d'Ache Luminance. So yeah, that's my last page for the month, and I must say this one and the mermaid are my favorite from the coloring pages, and the House of the Dragon fan art from the self-drawn art stuff. So yeah, hope you did enjoy the video. Would love to hear your personal opinion, what you did do this month, or what you did like most. And yeah, hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, a thumbs up or a follow is very, very much appreciated, because it really helps me in the channel. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.